What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Maybe a few could escape, relying on their own connections. Deep down, I figured, cross that bridge when we come to it. Better to live each day happily than in constant fear. Sure, there's no guarantee wherever you flee would be safe, but why dwell on the negatives? As the saying goes, do your best and let fate do the rest. Better to focus on living life fully.
So, let's savor our daily lives while staying ready for Michael's move. Only top brass need to know. Hope we can count on your cooperation.
I wrapped up. Silence hung in the air. Some groaned audibly. Then, after a lengthy pause, Hinata broke the ice.
The Western Holy Church is fully committed to offering its support.
Chancellor Lester followed suit after Hinata's statement.
Well, that adds up. Those development schemes the Western nations were rushing through. They were getting ready for this.
Cian nodded along, saying,
Exactly. It's all in line with Rimuru-sama's plan.
Alongside laying tracks for the Magi train, they were also putting up the station building. It'd double as an evacuation hub for nearby folks in times of need, and in regular days, it'd serve as a multi-purpose center for activities like sports or events. I was about to suggest running an evacuation drill for the locals when Chairman Lester beat me to it.
Being proactive is key. I may not have the authority to meddle in other nations' affairs, but I will push for evacuation drills. Count me in.
Absolutely. Back home, I'm a marquis. I'll get the king on board and prep our folks.
Fantastic. I'm all in.
The counselors were in agreement. Surprisingly, it happened much faster than I anticipated. Perhaps it was because they were carefully chosen, and there weren't any troublemakers present to stir up debate. Or maybe it was because Muirmiles had planned for a smaller, more manageable group for this very reason. The strategy was to sway a select few influential individuals first, who would then influence the others individually. And it seemed his strategy paid off. However, it remained uncertain how the council would ultimately vote on the matter, but regarding that,
Your Majesty Rimuru seems anxious about the council's decision, but you need not worry. Testarossa Dino holds sway like no other.
what?
Ha ha ha. Indeed, your life takes precedence over personal interests. Be it matters of national survival or the necessity of citizen evacuation, Testarossa Dono's voice should be heeded.
Exactly. I'm not inclined to argue over this issue.
And since it benefits us too, I believe it will pass unanimously.
The senator's reactions weren't what Muirmiles and I had anticipated. It felt like we needn't have been so cautious beforehand.
Well, I guess I misjudged that. Though I have never met her, Testarossa seems to be quite remarkable.
Vuillard seemed genuinely impressed. The senator's gazes toward Vuillard held a mix of warmth. I couldn't quite tell if it was genuine kindness or a hint of envy.
Huh, aren't you all a bit too relaxed? Despite my appearance, I'm Testarossa-sama's devoted servant. I'm obliged to report on this meeting, so keep that in mind.
Cian interjected, causing the senators to panic.
Oh no, it's a misunderstanding. Please believe me.
I didn't mean any offense. I was just admiring her leadership.
I swear it's the truth. All hail Testarossa-sama.
I wasn't sure what to make of the last outburst, but his desperation was palpable. I hadn't realized Testarossa commanded such fear, so it caught me off guard.
Cian, ease up on them.
I said, reprimanding the chuckling Cian. It seemed Vuillard, too, had sensed Testarossa's influence from this exchange alone.
I figured we had crossed paths once, but Testarossa Dono seems occupied, so let us not. Are we wrapping up the meeting for today?
Vuillard smoothly sidestepped the potential conflict. His knack for anticipating trouble was impressive, and I couldn't help but admire Vuillard's foresight once again. Transitioning smoothly, the meeting concluded, but I remembered one more thing I needed to share.
Oh, right. Testarossa mentioned Masayuki, the new emperor of the East, wants to establish ties with the West. He aims to join the Western States Council. Any thoughts?
I'd caught wind of this through the telepathy net just before arriving. I mentioned it casually, but most of them froze in shock. Their wide-eyed stares fixed on me, stunned into silence. Except for Gazel, Hume, Muirmiles, and the informed Cian, the news seemed to blindside everyone. Even King Dolan, whom I hadn't briefed yet, wore a shocked expression. It was a secret, but seeing his surprise, so rare, was oddly satisfying. But it seemed my announcement was a bigger bombshell than I'd anticipated.
I hadn't heard a thing.
I just mentioned it.
Gazel, did you know about this?
I was aware discussions were underway, but hadn't heard specifics, like dates and time.
So Gazel had been looped into the preliminary talks, though not the finer details.
No, we discussed the possibility, but hadn't delved into specifics like dates and times.
That explained it. There was a bit of a timing hiccup. I probably should have given him a heads up since I have a cell phone. I was planning to discuss it when we met today, but the timing wasn't right, so I decided to address it now.
So, you didn't know about this either, right?
Yeah, I had no clue.
Then why aren't you surprised?
Oh, if I jumped every time the boss did something like this, I'd be in a constant state of shock.
Ouch, that felt like a burn. Mayulin, standing beside him, just patted his head without a word, so I guess she was on the same page. The stares from everyone else were starting to feel uncomfortable.
I'm a bit disappointed. Why do you always downplay important matters like they're no big deal?
Hinata's glare was piercing.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't help but add some honorifics. Was this all my fault? I'd been so wrapped up in the Michael battle that I assumed cooperation from the Empire was a given. We'd been backing them to align with us, so I didn't anticipate this level of surprise. It felt like the natural course of events.
You don't seem to be too bothered by it.
wait a sec, Hinata-san, you knew we were at war with the Empire, right? We won, so it's only natural that we'd start cooperating. It's a ripple effect. Cooperating with them means eventually linking up with the West.
I defended my actions with fervor, but Hinata's stare remained fixed. Well, maybe I had a point, but I definitely should have communicated better. I'm at fault, too. I could have reached out. Being busy isn't an excuse. Just as I was about to apologize, Vriard stepped in, nodding deeply in agreement.
You are spot on. This is not Rimuru-sama's fault. It is ours for not seeking clarity.
You get it, Vriard-kun. As expected from the sharpest mind around, he was a great ally to have. Hinata and Vriard locked eyes. Hinata was the first to relent.
Well, yeah. Thinking about it, it's obvious Rimuru would do what's best for us. It's just that, considering the history between our regions, it's hard to believe an ancient enemy like the Empire would suddenly change course. Our assumptions got in the way of considering the possibility.
Hinata appeared frustrated, which wasn't surprising. Imagine a longtime adversary suddenly extending an olive branch. It's bound to raise some eyebrows. Naturally, skepticism would be the initial response, but coming from me, the victor, carried weight. Given the impending Great War, it seemed foolish for humans to wage war amongst themselves.
Your Majesty Rimuru, may I ask?
What's on your mind?
I prompted Chancellor Lester to continue.
Where will the talks with the Empire be held? And about Masayuki, is he the shining Masayuki?
Chancellor Lester seemed eager. The second question sparked more excitement than the first. It dawned on me that I hadn't clarified enough, seeing the room buzzing with anticipation.
Well, the meeting's in the Kingdom of Ingratiate. Masayuki expressed his wish to join the next council meeting promptly, if possible. And yes, Lester, you're correct. My friend, the chosen hero Masayuki, has recently been crowned emperor.
As soon as I announced it, the room erupted in applause.
That's fantastic. Masayuki-sama never ceases to amaze.
Yes, this could prevent a war.
Who would have thought? But with Masayuki-sama, anything's possible.
You're right. Even the evil empire isn't a match for Masayuki-sama.
And the room went wild.
I knew about the new emperor, but I had no idea it was Masayuki-sama.
Even Chancellor Lester was emotional, though this reaction caught me off guard. I may have done Masayuki a disservice. After all, it's not every day a chosen hero topples an empire. Of course, realistically speaking, it's improbable for one person to overthrow a nation. Their belief in Masayuki's abilities is staggering. But now that it's happened, there's no turning back.
Well, that's how it is. I don't have all the details, so you'll have to ask him yourself.
With that, I passed the baton to Masayuki, who was clueless about the whole situation. Thus, the plan for evacuation drills was shared, and it was decided that the new emperor of the Eastern Empire would attend the next council meeting. So, that's how the past 5 months have gone by. There were a few hiccups along the way, but overall, the preparations have been moving forward steadily. The upcoming council meeting in Ingratiate, scheduled for 2 weeks from now, seems promising. Masayuki and the council leaders are in solid agreement, indicating that the Empire's integration is on track to be approved. It's safe to say that Testarossa will handle that aspect. On the surface, it appears that humanity's unification is within reach. The Demon Lord's forces are primed and ready. Now, we can only hope that the enemy's strength doesn't exceed our expectations. Just as I was pondering this, Dino called me out of the blue.
Hey, it's Dino. Are you there?
Yep, loud and clear. So, any developments?
Considering it wasn't morning, I had a feeling something had happened.
Well, it seems there's been some activity. I'll keep you posted for now. But there's a lot to unpack, and I'm not sure where to begin.
Huh? His cryptic tone hinted that something significant had indeed occurred. And just like that, the tranquil routine was disrupted by the news.
Volume 18, Chapter 3. Reminiscences of the Clowns, Part 1.
Rewinding to the past. After Feldway had taken her from the battlefield, Kagali came to just as Lieutenant Kondu met his end. This occurred as a result of being released from her manipulation. However, she now found herself in an unfamiliar world. What's happening here? Kagali tried to piece together the situation. Then, she noticed a face she recognized.
Dino.
Hey there, looks like you're awake, Kazalim. Seems that Kondu guy is gone.
You knew. I see, the boss must have told you.
Hearing Dino call her by her old name startled Kagali, but her attention soon shifted to where Yuki was. He sat in his chair, looking vacant. In other words, just like Kagali had been, Yuki was under someone's control. Kagali quickly realized it wouldn't be shocking if Yuki had exposed her true identity.
Well, I'm not sure what's happened with you, but honestly, I'm more intrigued by your current look.
Dino remarked, glancing at the present-day Kagali, who no longer resembled Demon Lord Kazalim. He's still as laid back and unpredictable as ever. Kagali relaxed slightly. At this moment, Kagali lacked the combat strength she once had. Though she might still be above A rank, she was insignificant in the eyes of the true monsters. Dino's capabilities were a mystery, but it was clear she couldn't take him on. Thus, Kagali decided the smartest move was to gather information.
So, where are we?
Dino responded mysteriously.
Did you realize we're in a different world? This place is unique, the origin of everything, connected to all worlds yet separate, the Heavenly Star Palace.
The name was unfamiliar to Kagali. However, it held significant weight. The place of beginnings. Could it really be the birthplace of Star King Dragon Veldanava? The place of beginnings was said to predate all worlds.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Justa Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Lunel Scarlett, Khalid, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Chris Jr., Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyrus, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Echo Ski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Endsley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Individual, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, Jack, Winston Harvey, Mike Roch, thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.